Bert, this Bert, Bert, this Bert, Bert, fly high, it's Bert, Bert, the Bert, but is the word is Bert, 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 Bert. Does its own thing, haters getting Bert, hurt, Bert, drops of golden nuggets, Bert, 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 Bert. Bert, this Bert, Bert, this Bert, Bert, fly high, it's Bert, Bert, the Bert, but is the word is Bert, 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 Bert,
Bert does its own thing, haters getting Bert, Bert, Bert drops the golden nuggets, Bert, 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 Bert. 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 Fly high, it's Bert, Bert, the Bert is the word is Bert, 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 Bert. Bert.
What is good, fam? Hope everyone's doing well here. What's today? Honestly, I lose track of my days here. Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. Check my stream pause here. Give me 1 second to update it here. Just pulled the Bert chart up. Looks like I haven't really checked it too much today. I did make a post on X. I might as well actually go find it. 1 second here to pull it up. Found it. All right, let's just jump straight into things here. Let's not sugarcoat anything. Let me make sure you guys can read it. I'm on my mobile here as well at the same time. I'm going to make sure my audio is working. If you guys are on the live stream, please let me know you guys can hear me well. I've had some audio issues before. Sometimes you guys don't let me know if you can't hear me talking. So if you can hear me talking, obviously if you can't hear me talking, then you don't know what I'm saying right now. But I posted this, it looks like 4 hours ago. And for those of you guys that are in the Bert community, if you are admin, if you have not already set up this live stream and the space as a raid, feel free to do so now. I haven't done it myself yet, But yeah, Bert, 8 mil market cap. You guys can see here. I haven't really checked it too much today. I checked it earlier this morning, so about 4 hours ago. I mean, the chart's insane right now. It's absolutely incredible. So let me go back to the post that I made. We have the same. I want to give you guys a kind of like a glaring update here. We have the same market cap, or sorry, the same momentum as we did at 2 million market cap, and we're 4 times higher than 2 mil market cap, of course. I said we're about to teleport to 40 or 50 million market cap based on the fib levels as well. Phase 3, this wave 3 of XRP memes, as XRP trends to about $9, as we've been calling for. That is going to be the most explosive, the most wild and crazy wave. I do believe that. And it's going to happen so fast. And so when we talk about what's going to happen in this ecosystem, in this space, this bull run as well, I know some people kind of talk about it in DMs and some group chats I saw. Some people are kind of freaking out, like, "Oh my gosh, like, so the bull run's about to end. What do I got to do? Do I need to sell everything?" So not necessarily. When I talk about the top of the cycle, I'm really referring to basically the Bitcoin specific move that happens every basically 4 years. That move will be basically in its fruition, or will have its completion event, if you will. Does that mean that XRP won't go crazy from here on? Does that mean meme coins won't go crazy from here on? That's not what I'm saying at all. But the bull run top for Bitcoin, which trickles down into everything else, I am calling that is about to happen within the next few weeks to the next month or two. So I need to kind of like explain that a little further, because I know some people are like, "Oh, bull run's over. Okay, like time to solve everything." No. So if this is your first cycle as well, I get it. Also, like maybe it's hard to understand. So again, when I say that, I'm mainly talking about Bitcoin, XRP. If you guys watched yesterday's show, Yam was talking about how our guest speaker, by the way, shout out to him. He did very well yesterday, and we'd love to have him back on the show soon. He talked about how he does believe XRP will be topping around the same time, if not a little bit before, maybe a little bit after Bitcoin tops. So that's going to be really fascinating to watch if that's true. I don't know. Like, I didn't really give my opinion on that one. Because it's hard to call the top. Calling tops are very difficult as well. And so being able to just say, hey, like, this is the top, let's go from there. And then hypothetically, right, if we are at, I don't know XRP's current price, I haven't really looked today. So let me pull coin market cap. Let me pull trading view up here. 1 second. I don't know the current price of XRP off the top of my head. I haven't checked it really today. I haven't been checking until I see a big move. XRP, same thing, $3.17. So it makes a lot of sense there. So basically, if XRP, we woke up tomorrow, which is not going to happen, but if we woke up tomorrow and we saw XRP at $9, $10, what are you supposed to do? So when we look at, give me 1 second here. When we look at, and this is the Bert chart 4 hours ago, by the way, and this is basically the same thing that I was showing you guys. Let me zoom out a little bit. Same thing with the momentum. Last time we were down here, which I did say when we were up here, I did say you can't gain any more momentum at these levels. So we're going to need to get as low as possible here, which we're doing right now. And if we had that same move, what was the move we did after that? Look at that. We had this move, had a little correction here, and then boom, look at that. We did like a 3 or 4x from here. And then obviously we almost hit a 6x at this level. So it took, I mean, like 2 or 3 weeks to get to that level. So if we have another move like that really soon from the here, then another 5, 10x, whatever, because price discovery can be really heavy. It could be bigger than this move. It could also be smaller, but I'm betting on something crazy happening because XRP, I bet, will go quite high. So XRP hits $9. I'm calling for the top on XRP around that price. Obviously, if it goes higher, DCA out of it, take your profits, whatever. But when it comes to the meme coins, I keep talking about how, let me bring my Bert chart back up here. So when we talk meme coins specifically, and we just kind of say, hey, like, okay, XRP topped, what are we supposed to do at this point? And then basically this is what I'm looking at here, because people will rotate their millions of dollars elsewhere. They're going to try to figure out what's going on here in the space. And so here's what I'm expecting to happen after this wave 3, whatever it looks like. I'm expecting 40, 50 million. Obviously, we can go higher than that, depending how hard XRP goes, because this is all uncharted territory, by the way, as well. And so it is really, really important to be aware of as well when we enter this kind of uncharted territory, if you will. So this is around 45, 50 mil. Let me actually redo it live on the chart here because XRP is kind of fluctuating in price. So USD, what is the current price? 8.1. So it's a little bit higher than the actual market cap. So 4.4. So yeah, I mean, it's about 40, 45 million based on the chart right now. On the max fib extension on the USD chart. Obviously, the XRP chart's quite a bit higher, but it's just kind of within a range for one or two standard deviations. I mean, that makes a lot of sense for these meme coins anyways. That was where a lot of other meme coins topped in like the 40 to 50 million range as well. So that's kind of like a healthy psychological level, unless Bert like absolutely breaks through and goes like crazy higher than that. Then yeah, we would see a fundamental shift, especially as people are kind of realizing and waking up to the fact that Bert like is the funniest meme on XRP, right? Like people are being onboarded to Bert. I told you guys the chart on Bert and XRP. I showed you guys yesterday on all the market caps that are above Bert right now. I charted every single one of them. We showed you yesterday with Yam on the show live that the Army and Bert chart are almost the exact same. And so trying to draw here. Seconds. It's lagging. There we go. So if we get a move like this somewhere in here, this would be kind of like that phase 3 zone that I keep talking about here, this wave 3. Now, let me actually remove the fib levels just so you guys can see the chart a little bit, because obviously these moves are very, very drastic, very extreme. So you can kind of just see the move that I'm expecting anywhere in this zone. And this might be a little bit exaggerated. I'm not going to lie. You can I just want you to see the type of move. Now, when it comes to, because obviously if we get to 80 million, then yeah, this is pretty spot on. And then when you let me show you guys this really quick. It might look a little exaggerated at this time, but then when you look at these little candles from the beginning, let me zoom out here. It's just lagging a little bit here. So before they happen, second here, just zoom it in one more time. So obviously when Bert first launched, I mean, these candles looked pretty big at the beginning, and you can kind of just look like, okay, well, this is what we currently have on the daily chart, right? If we kind of just look at these candles here and just see, okay, like what's going on. Let me zoom in one more time here. So if we look at this, right, we went from, I don't even know the market cap of these. We're like in the hundreds of thousands at this point. But you have this high, right, at like almost 400K market cap. And then you come down here to like 110,000. So that was I didn't know this. We had a 75% correction the first few days. Actually, the first week. What the heck? I didn't even notice that. So just kind of looking at that, right? And you see all these candles and you think, wow, like we had a whole correction here. We had a massive pump here. We came back down here again. What is this? 0.04. That's almost another 50% correction here. Like literally week over week, just multiple like 70, 50% corrections, just pure accumulation. Funny enough, I never look at these candles because like it was just like right in the beginning. But we literally did it like multiple times. Look at this before we broke out. Like just bull flag after bull flag after bull flag. Like insane momentum on the chart here. I never really show you guys this, but my reasoning in showing you this is because like if we're looking just at this chart alone, it's like, well, what if I zoomed out a little bit more and kind of minimize these a little bit? And what if I told you guys that we're gonna do a move like this in the next like few weeks? Like let's say we're at this candle here. I told you guys the next move is gonna look like this, right? Because that's basically what I'm doing with you guys right now. What if I told you guys the next move looks like this before the candles happen, right? Because I'm like, oh, there's a lot of momentum. There's a big there's like bull flag after bull flag, right? What if I told you guys like, hey, in the beginning, Bert's about to explode. Bert's gonna go crazy, right? And if I told you guys, look, this is what the chart's about to do. And then I kind of just scroll over here, and then I can't even fit the candles in the screen anymore because they were such a big move I mean, look, it's even bigger than the line that I drew. But when we just like try to zoom out enough, that's the kind of moves that we're talking about here. When the entire chart basically gets redone, and that's basically the move when you have a massive cup and handle such as this. Uh, the type of move to expect is basically we're here on Bert, like in this little zone right here. Let me draw it in. I mean, we're basically here right now on Bert, just like in relation to the type of pump I would expect here on this next move. Just put that there. Move that. Let me actually change the color. What color should I do? Just white. I think it stands out a little bit. So we're basically here in relation to the current chart. So if we're expecting this kind of move, especially if XRP is about to do a move like this, right? If XRP's chart is looking like really, really sendy, and this is the type of move, and we saw this happen right in December. That was the last time we had like a big move in XRP memes. If December, I just realized I haven't put the live stream up in the jumbotron for the space. Apologies on that for those of you guys in the space. If you're in the spaces, feel free to just jump on over onto the live stream if you want to watch my screen here. So again, I mean, I'm expecting us to be in this type of zone here with those moves. This kind of like pullback was basically this whole entire wave, and then basically this candle here and this kind of move up is basically the cup and handle that we have here, just a lot smaller, obviously. I'll just kind of draw it in to kind of give you guys my my thought process here. So again, it's basically that kind of move that we have here, right? We had a big pullback. This candle here was this move, and then this bull flag here out is what we're seeing here in this move. Just making sure my voice is matching my screen here. And then these kinds of candles here is that price discovery move outside of the all-time high, right? So let me just kind of draw it in here, straight out here. So basically, this candle right here, this fat green one, before we hit all-time highs, is basically what we need to see to break out. So like in this zone here, just put that there. I'll put it in orange or pink. Let's do pink. Kind of make these. No, that doesn't even. It's not that bright. What color should I do? Light blue. I already have light blue. Let me erase the accumulation zone that I've had up there for a little while. I'll erase a couple of these zones actually because I was doing some charting yesterday with Yam. So let me erase a couple of these because they're already confirmed on the chart, so I don't need to kind of like reconfirm them with you guys. So give me a second here to do that. So again, massive move here. Then this circle here is basically actually let me move it up to this candle. So basically this zone right here to break the all-time high area on the USD chart, this is that kind of zone. And then if I changed, I believe the colors are already light blue. Let's go back here. Yeah, it's light blue. Okay, and then this zone here where we have that final move, this is kind of the move where we are now here. So this is kind of that zone. Let me move it down a little bit here because it's getting really small. So basically, if you guys can see where the chart is, and then if I showed you guys in white, this is that same kind of move. I might have to use a trend line because I don't know if I could draw it that straight. So let's see. Okay, yeah, I mean, I did it a lot better than I thought. Okay, let me make that one white. Let's grab it here and move it down a little bit. So basically, very similar type of move here, structure that I'm talking about. And then, of course, should I change that color? This one should be white then. Actually, let me just erase it, make a bigger one. I didn't like it was like really lagging when I was drawing it, so it came out weird. So, let me just take my time. There you go. No need to rush these. Let's erase the arrow. Let's make the circle. So basically, this is that kind of move where you break the all-time high zone that I've been talking about. I'm gonna leave this here. I'll just put it right here. I mean, I think we're like anywhere. It could be anywhere in this zone. We could be at a bottom for all I know. I mean, here's let me show you guys, and I'm gonna call the bottom. I haven't called it yet. I did say that the bottom would be around 6.5 to 7 mil, which we bounced off multiple times at this point. I do want to show you guys this though, and this is what I use for myself personally when I call bottoms, and it's worked pretty much perfectly. So, I mean, you guys can keep watching my calls and see what's happening here. So again, I expect this little blue zone to be this right here, this type of move, and then we break this trend line here, this double, which is what we have here. Look at that. I mean, it's lining up perfect. I didn't even know that was in the chart, by the way. I'm literally just looking at it here. 1, 2, 1, 2, top trend here. We have that little retracement here. That's what we have here. Very healthy for the chart. We have the breakthrough of the all-time high, and then literally within the next few days, we have a brand new set of price discovery. Do I think the chart will like redo this type of move? I have no idea. No one can call the chart perfectly like that. What's going to happen in the next few months? So I'm not going to sit here and claim to do it. I'll just kind of read you guys the chart as the chart shows itself to me. All right, but I am expecting us to be right here. Once we break through this level, I'm expecting price discovery to happen pretty quickly after that. And I've been saying the kind of price targets that I'm looking for personally. On the lower end, obviously, can it go higher? Of course it can. So yeah, let's just kind of watch and see. And obviously, it has to do with like onboarding and other chains like Solana. Just gotta drink some water here. Been monologuing here for a little bit here. Yeah, I mean, other chains like Solana. I mean, if we're talking about the Bert chart looking pretty much identical to the Army chart, then I mean, we're talking about like serious onboarding cross chain, specifically choosing specific tokens, because let's not kid ourselves. Like people are, regardless if you hold Army or whatever, like people are buying Army right now, and just because like it's the highest market cap, they think it'll go to billions, whatever. Like, okay, well, if people are choosing narratives right now, and they're looking at like the meme coins that have the best content, the funniest memes, the schizo memes, whatever, the memes that have narratives that are strong enough, people are going to start to place their bets now. And I believe we're seeing that now already, which is really bullish, really important. And so if you're not charting or you don't know how to chart, obviously you kind of have to like take my word for it. But yesterday I did show you guys the Army chart. And then if you're in my alpha chat, I shared it before yesterday's space. So you guys can kind of like start preparing like, hey, like there's some real moves, real narratives happening right now. And Bert is in that conversation. And that's all it takes, to be honest, is to be in that kind of conversation. When the real big money starts to flow in, people are going to start making big decisions here financially on what meme coins and what communities they want to get involved in. So let's look at the stochastic R side. This is when I keep talking about you guys, myself calling bottoms and so on. So I mean, people pay for this kind of alpha, by the way. I'm giving it to you guys for free when it comes to like learning about this kind of stuff. So I hope you guys are taking notes. I hope you guys are studying the chart, because I'm literally walking you through it day to day. And to be honest, you guys should probably know at this point how to do a lot of these charting just based off how much I've been doing it here. But basically, look, when you break down this 20 level, usually price either drops or usually the price has hit its bottom or near the bottom. And the last time we got anywhere near it was basically here at around like three-ish million. So about 50% lower in terms of price where we are now. And then basically once we actually dumped out, because right now we haven't dumped out yet, but even if we did, we went basically straight to 2 million within a few days. Like we're talking 4 days. Yeah, like within 4 days, closing below the 20 level on the momentum, which again, we haven't done that yet. If we cross up pretty fast here, I mean, we won't close below it. But even if we did, it still was 4 days before we found the bottom on the 2 million zone. And then I told you guys, I mean, literally just scroll back to any of my shows during this time. And funny enough, we had Yam on the show like one of these candles, funny enough. But basically, I was screaming to you guys middle of December saying, look, like, and being able to buy anywhere here, because it was like 2.1 mil, 2 mil, 2.8 million, like it was just ranging. And then we hit 2 mil a couple times here, like over multiple days. And then I basically said, look, like, we are about to break through. Like literally, go to December 20th. I think that's probably one of the most important spaces I ever did for Bert. Go to December 20th, and I told you guys, look, the moment we cross up here, everything's going to change. I don't care if it takes another week or two or whatever. The moment our momentum crosses back up here, which we did have a cross up here on the 18th, I said that's incredibly bullish. And the moment we cross both lines above trend lines, above the 20, that's when we're going to see some pretty big fireworks. So funny enough, we went from the day of, what is it, the 18th, right here. So was that the day we went to 4 million? Yeah, that was the day we went straight to 4 million. So look at this. The moment we crossed up, we did 100% move just within the day, just because of how crazy the momentum is. And then we confirmed on the 20th. So here, so we were at 3.5 million, and we basically confirmed that momentum has returned, and the market is ready basically for the next pump. So we had our last sellers basically here. We had a really strong pump here. The momentum was actually quite high while the price didn't go up. And I did talk about that as well here on the chart. And I said, we're going to need to come back down and basically have another pump, which we did. Went to 4 mil, 3.5 mil, back down to 2 mil. A lot of people were saying it's dead. A lot of people were saying it's over. I won't name any names, but we had a last whale, if you will, at 4 million here. Basically choose to start exiting their entire position. That was this final move here. And we had one final cross up. So we had one cross up, two crosses up, three crosses up. That was basically third times the charm. And when we talk about how many times it takes to cross up, it could be once, it could be twice, it could be three times in this scenario. This was a good long period of just no momentum, basically, as basically XRP had to find its new bottom. And I told you guys, Bert absolutely loves to basically trend and back test with XRP. So this entire time, XRP's back testing. XRP went all the way down to like $1.90 at this time, by the way. And XRP was at 3. Oh my gosh, how do I move this? All the way up here, XRP was $3. Okay, on the stochastic. XRP did almost a 50% move at this point. You know, it did like I think a 40% or something. Like this is very normal, very healthy for a chart, especially for a meme coin. And if the community can stick it out, continue to grind, continue to show up, this is what the chart's going to look like right after that. And guess what? The market cap is like 8 million, which I made the post about earlier. So it's just kind of trending between 6 and like 9. This price right now at this kind of level of momentum, even if it takes another week or whatever, right? I can't call the exact days. I just told you guys generally. And if you remember, what did I call for? If any of you guys remember, if any of you have been watching my shows for any period of time, what have I been saying? And if you're in the whale chat, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I said we will hit a new all-time, or we're going to retest the all-time high in the middle. I said this. I said the middle of January, we're going to retest the all-time high. I was saying this in December, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys remember that. I said we are going to retest the all-time high middle of December. I mean, January 13th, I said, maybe 14, 15, because guess what? We did it before. And basically, it's mainly on the XRP chart. But basically, we had a big move. Look at that. November 16th was our all-time high on this move that I'm talking about. Look at, I mean, it's 1-to-1, and that was what, 2 months ago, two or 3 months ago. Look at this. Let me zoom out here. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at here in the chart. I mean, we're talking November 16th. That was our all-time high right there. And then we had our back test, which I believe we're here. Let me make sure my screen is loaded up here. Again, I believe we're right here on Bert. I believe this is what's next once we actually start breaking out here, once we have a cross up. And I guess I've been kind of skirting how I call the bottoms. So let me do that here shortly. But I believe we're here. I believe this is what's next. And then price discovery will look something like this. Obviously, no one can call exactly how price discovery will go. I'm just giving you guys the fib levels and let you guys know. But this is basically what we just had. And I called it because I said, look, like We've already done it in the middle of November. And then, of course, at the end of November, going into December, we had that blow off top. So I did say it's going to take weeks, if not another month or two, to kind of just come back from all that, whichever memes are going to survive. Now, obviously, Bert is surviving and thriving, arguably, in these situations, because a lot of meme coins, unfortunately, are not. And I hope you guys basically bought Bert. No financial advice, but making sure you guys are taken care of and have the alpha has been my day one mission at this point. That's why we do these spaces here. Make sure you guys are up to date with what's going on. But if we are here on Bert and this is where we are now, all we have to do is basically retest the all-time high once again, and we're going to have crazy price discovery. Okay. So everyone's trying to figure out, everyone's always wanted to know. I've said this many times on the show, but I'll just kind of keep saying it because I know there's always new people listening to the shows. All the time, people are just starting to buy XRP or buy Bert, whatever. I mean, I literally got a DM last night saying, I just entered crypto. What do I buy? Is the top about to happen? Like, how do I prepare for the bear market? Like, people are barely entering the market right now. And I need to just kind of like take some time to address if you're new in the market as well, you know. And when I talk about taking profits and timing the bottoms and timing the tops, like, one, it's pretty much impossible to do it 100% of the time to call it accurately. And like my hit rate obviously is just, I mean, it's pretty wild already. Like most of my calls are just crazy, but it's not to brag. It's just whatever the chart's showing me, you know, like I'm just kind of calling it as I see it. And if I'm wrong, obviously it's my reputation. You guys will find out and you guys will see what I'm right about, what I'm wrong about. So when it comes to calling bottoms, I mean, it's not like I have some magic ball that I'm shaking or doing anything crazy. I look at this and basically the stochastic RSI is showing me, hey, like if there is no momentum in this specific token and there's no good reason for that, then I'm very bullish. Now, if the dev sold a massive amount of the supply and there's not really any community members, then yeah, this is going to go to zero. But if there's no like extenuating circumstances where you should be bearish when the community continues to show up every single day and the team is just absolutely incredible and the content's amazing and everything's like going in the right direction at these times, then this is the bottom. And that's why I said I'm calling the bottom multiple times. I don't care what the chart looks like on any given day. The bottom's the bottom any way you want to cut it. And so when we're down here, if you're not buying, like you don't even have to look at this chart. These candles are irrelevant. At the end of the day, these candles are irrelevant. You want to buy when the momentum is down here. And if you're a longer holder, you want to either take profits up here or you look at the chart and say, oh, we're part of a bigger move here. I'm not taking profits. Like I didn't even touch any profits or anything at these levels. And why would I? Like the chart is not showing me that we're anywhere topped. This massive cup and handle still has a lot of room to grow. I mean, Bert's still below 10 mil market cap right now. Like even if we went above it here again, and we've been above it before, like that doesn't mean that we're just like topped out and nothing's just like remaining, right? Like the onboarding on Bert has been pretty amazing in the last few weeks, the last few months, even since it's been out. Bert's been out for about 3 months. If you guys are looking at a deck screener, this is inaccurate, by the way. It's not a year and 7 months and 20 days old. I don't know where deck screener's getting this information. But yeah, Bert's like 3-4 months old now. So that's why we're also on the daily candles, because we can kind of see the major trend, if you will. So again, you want to basically don't look at the chart at all, because we could be this high in market cap and the momentum's down here. So what am I telling you guys? Basically, unless your token is going to zero and the community's dead and the content sucks and whatever, you know, all the negative things, the dev sold, the dev isn't active, whatever, you know, the moment that you enter this zone here, this is considered the bottom. Anywhere you buy, it doesn't matter what candle you buy, anywhere in this zone here under the 20 level. And then if you look here, we touched it, but we sent back up within 24 hours. even here, I mean, this was the bottom candle technically, December 27 right here. Like these kinds of moves, because we could see that right now. The orange is basically where that is. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it could happen. This blue could send straight back up, which it did, and that marked the bottom. If we have a move like that, literally the next 24 hours, 48 hours, we could see just like a straight V to the upside. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it did, that would be like, hey, the bottom's in. And then guess what? We crossed up right here. And what happened after that? You guys can see it in the chart. We went straight up, back up to 4.6 mil or whatever. Again, came back down to like 2.5. And then that was the last time. So when you have these crosses, it makes it that much more easier. And when you cross, I'm talking blue going above the orange. Right now the blue's below the orange, so that's bearish at this time. But when it comes to the crosses happening, because they always happen back to back, this is that scenario. Because look, you can see it here. Blue cross down, price dropped. Blue crosses up, massive pump. Blue crosses down, price drops. Right? We went from 7.5 back down to 4. Price drop. Crossed up, went from 4 mil to 11 point something. So when you watch these continue to grind it out and continue to watch, where are we at right now on the chart? I mean, it's very easy, very self-explanatory. And when we look at these again, I don't need to look at a single candle up here because the price is irrelevant when I'm looking at this. And unless your token's going to zero, unless your token's about to die, unless there's really, really bad extenuating circumstances that this token wouldn't go up higher because the community is just dead, whatever, these zones here of momentum are the ultimate buying periods, regardless of what the chart looks like. And obviously, it helps when the chart has like a massive cup and handle that I've been talking about. But this is how you know the bottom is in, when you just like continue to hold down here. And again, if there's really good factors supporting the chart here, then there's no these are no brainer buys, which I kept saying 2 million, just buy a bag, whatever. Not financial advice, but just kind of study it, do some research on that as well. And then of course we have to cross up, closed above the 20, and that basically marks the bottom. So technically this one was the bottom, this candle, and then we back tested it here to confirm it. And then we closed above it again, above the 20, by the way, because the orange did not go below it. I'm not saying this orange won't go below the 20. I can't call that. There's no way to know for sure. But of course, as this candle is about to close in the next about 20 minutes, as we start wrapping up the show, we'll have a better understanding of what this will look like. And it looks like we're closing green today. So my bet is we do have a move similar to this. To be honest, again, it's hard to call. I got to see another day or two to know for sure going into the weekend. But we could have a move like this where we trend back up. And guess what? That marked the bottom at 2 million market cap. And if the bottom right now is around 7-8 mil, which I made a post about earlier, we're 4 times higher. And if we had a 550% move here to 11, 550% from 8 mil is around what did I say, like 40-50 million. So that makes a lot of sense. Like to see that kind of move repeat itself similar to this. I mean, I'm ridiculously bullish when it comes to these types of moves. Obviously, if we come down here, we'll kind of have to see this handle play out a bit further. But I'm just watching the chart. I'm not making anything up. I'm not saying anything that's not in the chart. I'm not being biased, regardless of how much I may or may not own. I'm just showing you guys what the chart says. I literally called that we'll have a decent pullback here for the handle. It's part of the chart here. Nothing crazy. Nothing's changed either. And then also, coincidentally, Trump and Melania launched their token here. So yeah, I mean, this kind of just sped up the entire process. And that's why I keep saying, like, if we have like a crazy V-shaped recovery on this type of move, Bert might have been that much more sped up, which would be good for everyone holding Bert because that means that Bert would further outperform XRP. So all right, IPEX, you just explained a lot. You're talking about these charts and candles and all this stuff, and maybe I still don't get it. Okay, well, this is all you need to know. Maybe you're just tuning into the show. Appreciate everyone tuning in here today. This is the Bert community spaces. XRP has meme coins. Yes, they do. If you haven't been trading on First Ledger, Zaman Wallet, X Magnetic, feel free to let me know if you need help getting onboarding. Happy to help you guys there. And of course, if you are bullish on XRP meme coins, Bert's bullish on the show here. Best way to support hit that button on the bottom right, like and retweet the show. Drop a comment, drop a reply. Let me know if you're tuning in here today and if you learned anything, if you found this space of value. Don't forget to support. It means the world and it helps the show grow and it helps your bags. If you're bullish on Bert, it really does help your bags, and we continue to onboard more and more people. So the next move that will make me that much more bullish here, and for me to just start calling, hey, this is the bottom. I have called the bottom, by the way. I said 6 to 6.5 million, a good 50% correction here for the handle. Is super healthy, super normal for the chart. This is very good after a crazy rally that we just had. Okay, for me to be confident in calling a bottom, which I have already called it, but to say the bottom is in and it's just done, regardless of market, whatever, we need to have a move like this where we cross up. If not, then we'll probably drag out a little bit. I won't say it will take this long, but until we have a move back up like this, or it crosses up, orange above or the blue above orange, I can't say, hey, the bottom's done, whatever. But it doesn't mean that we're going to go lower from here. I still said 6.5 mil, 7 mil, 7.5 mil in that range, which we've been testing here for the last 3 days. So continuing to watch very closely, but we do need to see the blue cross back up above the orange for me to say, hey, we're basically starting that next phase. And if you were here during the show yesterday, let me pull up a new chart here. 1 second to pull up the Wyckoff trading model here. Second. And if you guys are not familiar with the Wyckoff, this is something else that I need to talk about because obviously I will always say that I'm going to be transparent. I'll admit when I'm wrong about stuff. You know what? The last few shows, I guess yesterday, maybe I forgot if I did on Friday. I didn't show you guys the XP market statistics. So let me pull that up as well in the background. I want to show you guys something here. I need to read this. Oh, this is fascinating. I actually haven't read this this website, but I guess it explains further what the SOS is. Let's see. I actually haven't read it. Hold on. Sign of strength. Oh, okay. I thought it was like save our ships or something. Market finally breaks out of previous range, volatility and volume booms. Okay. Oh, fascinating. And the LPS is the last point of support. Yeah, you probably think I'm like stupid or something for not knowing any of this. But I was just going based off the chart. So if you're laughing, I actually had no idea what any of these acronyms meant a price pullback after SOS, which is where we are now. Usually a previous resistance acts as support. So basically, if you don't know, our previous resistance, if when we were at 4 mil, was 7.5 million. And then our support is 7.5 million, which is where we are right now. So let me go back here. And if you guys remember, when we were down here at 4 million, we kept hitting this. We came and tested it here and rejected. So that means it's resistance. Now we're holding it basically as support. So that is the LPS. And then Yam actually mentioned, let me remove the stochastic RSI because I already explained it. He's saying that this is actually the SOS, which I thought this was. So you guys see this move here with this high and then this back test and then this explosion. Same thing. I mean, I literally walked you guys through it last week. I'll walk you through it again. We had this high. So this candle is this. And then this little bull flag here is this. And then we saw what happened from here to here. I mean, you guys can see that move. That would basically be this type of move that I've had drawn in. I mean, literally go back weeks and weeks, well over a month. I've had all this drawn in for a while. So I mean, calling this, I mean, people calling stuff day to day isn't impossible. Basically, calling it weeks in advance is just ridiculous. You know, you guys could go back and look at the shows. If you genuinely do not believe I'm calling these, literally just go back to my shows. And by the way, I called the Bitcoin, what do you call it? Like the stochastic RSI switch up. Let me actually pull it up because I want to show you guys. Because I know some of you guys on XRP, you probably never watched my shows before like the last few weeks, maybe the last few months. So I do want to show you guys something. And I do have them all on YouTube, by the way. If you guys didn't know, I have a YouTube channel. I don't really like talk about it too much. I just I don't put like crazy time onto it. I just upload all these live streams there as well. But if you do ever want to go back and like see some of the calls I made on Bitcoin like over the summer, and even last year too, because I did them from like September to September. I did it on purpose because I wanted to kind of show that I could call the bottom of Bitcoin, and I wanted to call when the bull run would like kick off. And I called it. I said October, we'll have the cross up, and I'm gonna take a break. So I did. I took some time off in preparation, and of course, First Ledger came out like right around the same time. So I didn't really take much a break. I just took a break from Spaces, but I was deep in the trenches because First Ledger basically came out right when the bull run like kicked off for Bitcoin. So it was just like perfect timing. And obviously a lot of the meme coins um, caught that move. So luckily for a lot of the memes here, their liquidity is just that much better because of Bitcoin and XRP pumping. All right, I got X Magnetic, not X Magnetic, XP Market here. Bitcoin's still loading. So let's go back to the Wyckoff here again. So Bert, based off what Yam was telling me, he's actually saying that we're here on this move where we had the sign of strength. That was that 11 million backtest area here. And then LPS. So we're here. Right now, we're here on Bert. That's what he shared. He's been doing this a lot longer than me, by the way. We were laughing, but I said he's my quant. He's the one that actually taught me how this kind of works as well. But LPS, what was it called again? It was I forget these things, last point of support. So a price pullback after a sign of strength, usually the previous resistance access support, which I literally said, look, like I don't need to make anything up. I just tell you guys, look, like this move here, which was the one from 7.5, technically it was this move here. And obviously it's not 1-to-1, but it's very similar in terms of just like moves. If we're right here, and then he talked about how phase E can be anything. It doesn't have to be like this exact move, but phase E is considered basically that price discovery move. And if I'm doing price discovery based off the fib levels, that's why I keep saying 45, 50 million makes a lot of sense to me on this next wave. Another like, I don't know, 5-10x or whatever from these levels. If we see more, obviously it's going to be in relation to XRP pumping again. And yeah, I mean, we're just kind of watching again. This candle's about to close in about 9 minutes here. I'm walking you guys through all the candles, all the charts, everything that I'm watching here. Again, I believe we're here on Bert in the LPS zone. Of course, I'll always admit when I learn some new information. So if you guys didn't know, I thought we were in phase E in this area already. I was wrong. This is where we are based on the chart right now. So if you're not already insanely bullish, if this zone here being at 7 million doesn't make you ridiculously bullish on a Bert, to be honest, nothing will, because you just like don't understand the market or you just don't understand any of the charts, which I get. If you're new, you're not going to understand most of this as well. So I get it. There's a lot of education. I talked about this yesterday. I can't stress it enough that you got to educate yourself, try to learn as much as possible. People would pay hundreds of dollars to learn a lot of what I'm sharing with you guys right now. And I've spent years learning all this stuff to prepare for what's about to happen in this space and why I'm confidently saying, hey, the top is about to happen, because the top has to happen at some point. The moment everyone's saying Bitcoin is going to 1 million, XRP is going to $50 in the next month, whatever, I mean, you got to take profits at some point, and ideally, you're taking it before the masses start to lose their money. Because let's be real here, the masses are going to round trip. They're not going to make anything. They're probably going to revenge trade to zero, and they're going to lose everything because they don't know anything that's going on, because it's just coming from a place of ignorance, just a lack of education. I won't talk about how much money I've lost just in general, because I had to. It's a trial by fire, if you will. But I genuinely believe to really make it in the space, you definitely have to lose money, because otherwise you're never going to learn your lesson. Like if you're just straight gambling, buying like 100K market cap tokens, whatever, I mean, there's not really anything to learn. It's just a gamble. Can't really learn gambling. You got to find something. Keep talking about bull posting, rating, working for your bags, having conviction, that kind of stuff. I get it. It's incredibly tough to find something to have conviction in. But if you can see a community forming and they have conviction. I mean, I can only say do your own research so many times, but you just have to feel it. Sometimes it's just a vibe. You have to feel it. Maybe that sounds stupid to some people, but I can't really explain it any further than that. You kind of have to know when something feels right. And again, you will only know that through experience. If you're too new to this kind of stuff and you can't read the charts and you can't see how the community is going. If you see a community rating up other communities left and right and just really showing off their community, their content, chances are it's good. It's a good, I don't want to just say a good buy, but it's a good research, if you will. If a community is just absolutely dead and there's nothing really going for it, there's nothing exciting, nothing interesting, to be honest, don't waste your time. Like yeah, maybe when it's super early, maybe, but the amount of work that it took, even for Bert to get to this level, it might blow some people's minds for a token to like really get to 10 million and above to sustain itself, unless it's just like pure market making and there's nothing organic about it, which again, I'm not going to call out tokens or whatever. I'm not really in that position to be doing that. Like, I don't care enough to be like, hey, just don't buy these tokens. Like, I will tell you the ones I'm interested in, the ones that I think are sustainable, the ones that are organic, what have you. And look, if Bert's literally sitting around 8 mil right now and the momentum's down here, and I made this before the show started, okay? It's probably like 5 hours now. Literally 5 hours ago, I made this post. I talked about my alpha chat. I talk about it in my alpha chat in general almost every single day. And I said, hey, look, if we have this kind of move here, and this is kind of what I'm seeing right now in the chart, if Bert close this candle, so I'm going to give it another like 6 minutes for the candle to close here, and I'll give it a minute after. If we do have the blue coming back up, the bottom might actually be in here. Like, and I'm pretty comfortable, pretty confident saying that around 8 million. We have another 550% move. That's almost 550 million market cap. Like, that's insane, because guess what? Who was here screaming to you to buy at 2 million market cap? If we go to 50 million market cap right now and you did not buy at the bottom, like I basically told you guys to, not financial advice, you would have missed if we have this next run here, like in the next week or two, whatever, however, how fast it moves, because you guys all know crypto moves so fast. You would have missed out. And I mean, I don't know how many massive plays you need to like hear me call. You would have missed out on a 25x. If we hit 50 million here on this next wave, which I'm expecting we'll get close to it, if not go past it, you would have missed a 25x. And all I said is put in maybe $100. If you have 1,000, whatever, like you do what you got to do. But I can only call the bottom so many times. And then we do have like these crazy, like I'm obviously drawing it in here on the chart for such a long time. Like, if that's the next leg up, if that's the move that I've had drawn in the chart for a long time, ahead of time, by the way, it's not like I'm just drawing this as we go. Like, you guys can look show after show. I don't really change any of this stuff. Like, I'll like redraw it a little bit just to make it cleaner sometimes. But like, this chart is going to stay like this until we hit price discovery. Like, unless we like dump out and people are just exiting for no good reason, whatever. This chart is intact. This chart is in play. We're in an uptrend. The cup and handle is strong, stronger than ever. I mean, I'm seeing it here. We wicked down here 3 times already over the last, how many days, how many hours is that? 72 hours? We wicked down and closed above it. So like, we're holding this level so strong right now as support. This candle, this one. This candle here was the support that we've hit multiple times now, and then closed above it. How high are we closing? Just in this range. So if we close above here, which is what we're about to do, if we close tomorrow above here, which we're literally about to see on the stochastic. If we close tomorrow above this line, so what is this, like 7.7? So above like 7.2, I think it's like 7.2, 7.3. We close above it tomorrow, which we're doing it right now, but we need another confirmation candle. Usually you need like 1 or 2. If we can do that, I'd be pretty confident, regardless of the RSI, the stochastic RSI, I'd be pretty confident saying that's the bottom, unless Trump decides to make another token or something. I'm just kidding. Honestly, that probably won't happen. Let me go back to the stochastic here so we can kind of just watch the candle close together and then see what Bert wants to tell us. He wants to tell us he wants to fly high. But we got some incredible community members holding the fort, holding the phone, holding it down. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna maximize this really quick so you guys can see it. All right, let's see. So I did say this 20 level is very, very substantial. If the orange does go below it, I will say, I will say that. Sorry, I'm laughing at the comments here. If you guys watch this with me and the blue closes above it again, or just kind of starts sending upwards, which I think we will see since we're having a green day. And then if the orange starts bouncing up, which we saw here, it kind of goes sideways. I'm expecting a move like this personally. I'm just kind of calling it here now. I obviously anything can happen, so I can't really call it to a T. Oh my gosh, yeah, Plurorma. He was saying he was laughing, so that's why I was laughing in the chat. He was saying because I said unless we get like another unless we get another Trump family member or something creating a token, we'll probably just continue to hold the chart and see some price discovery in the next week or so. But Pluroma said the Trump family tree is pretty big. I wouldn't rule it out entirely just yet. Appreciate the comment there, brother. Very funny. All right, we got 30 seconds left before the candle, the daily close happens. So I'll just kind of let you guys watch it here. Yam, our guest speaker from yesterday. And obviously, if you guys didn't watch the show yesterday, make sure to go and watch the show. You know what? I'm going to actually bring it up here on my screen. If you miss any of my shows, by the way, literally just go to the highlights and scroll down. Every single show will be pinned to my profile. So if you missed any of the ones prior, they should be here. So this is the one from yesterday, I believe. Literally just scroll down and you'll see it. So very much so. You guys gotta be staying up to date with these shows because I am calling pretty much every single candle at this point as they happen. So if you guys are missing them, make sure you guys are up to date. And of course, if you are, it looks like the candle just closed. So I'm going to throw it back to that screen here and we'll watch it together as it updates because it takes about a minute after time to update. If you're not in my alpha chat already, link is in my bio, t.me/IPEX calls. Make sure you guys are up in there. And of course, if you guys are bullish on XRP, XP meme coins, and of course, Bert the Bird meme coin, make sure to hit that like and retweet. And of course, if you're not on YouTube already, maybe you haven't subscribed yet, my YouTube name is just IPEX Trades as well. So if you guys want to go subscribe over there, go watch. I'm live streaming right now on YouTube as well. So if you guys prefer YouTube, feel free to go over there as well, IPEX Trades, and go hit subscribe if you're new here as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in every single day. Yam asked a question. He said, looks like the chart's still updating, so I'll give it a little bit here. Just kind of watch it. He said, did you see all the USDC being minted? Never seen so much being minted in a small window. Big moves. I haven't. USDC on which token? Is this like a Bitcoin thing? Is it just US or are you talking about like Circle? I don't know if you're still watching the show, brother, but yeah, let me know. Let me know in the DMs or let me know in the comments here if you have any other alpha for me. But yeah, I have no idea. I haven't been watching it. I don't even know where to check, to be honest. Maybe on the Circle website or something. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of like another sign that the bull run's basically being finalized because that kind of move, people are going to rotate capital into stable coins like USDC. So very much important. I'm actually going to refresh the page here because I don't know what's going on, why it hasn't loaded yet. I want to make sure you guys have the live chart here. So give me a second to load it up. Also, we've been having some pretty crazy shows as of late, and the closer we get to the top, I mean, we're gonna see some pretty high attendance. So if you guys are not coming in, rating, supporting the show, I mean, if you're working for your bags, whether you rate or not, like liking and retweeting is one of the easiest ways to just work for your bags. I keep saying working for your bags is going to be so vital here as this space heats up. I mean, every single one of these tokens, every single community is incredibly PvP, and I don't see the new candle. I mean, I'm on the right time. I didn't do the show differently today. Yeah, I don't see the new candle, so I'm just kind of waiting here, see if a new candle. Usually it drops right here, so it's saying this is the candle, but it's not. So I'm gonna wait a little bit until the candle drops. I don't know. We're already 3 minutes in, so yeah, we just hit the hour mark. So I'll give it another. I don't know. I'll wait a little bit more because I do want to see what the chart looks like because I haven't. I don't really check the chart too much day to day. Aside from watching the show, I don't really need to check the chart because until we see a major move, that's when I really make a decision whether I start buying or I haven't taken any profits by the way ever on Bert. I really want to support the chart and support the community. So, I mean, I think the big move is about to happen very soon and obviously it's going to be correlated with XRP's run. So very fascinating to watch. Not sure if there's anything I could do to make the candle show. It's not loading. Hopefully it's not like a cookies issue or something. You know, I just realized I didn't even cover the XRP chart today. Yeah, the candle's still not loaded yet. So let me see if the XRP chart candle's loaded. Let's see. Let's see. What are we looking like here? Okay, yeah, and by the way, I'm mainly focused on the USD chart because that's going to be the first cup and handle move that we have. So, and you guys already know I'm not really changing any of these. Obviously, I could drag this a little bit over, but this is that kind of move. So this chart specifically is Bert's price in relation to XRP's chart. So I don't know if this candle closed either. I don't think it's showing this candle closing yet. So that's really interesting. So basically, long story short, Bert is basically backtesting the 236 right now in relation to XRP's chart. So basically, if XRP like 2x, 3x in price right now, and Bert stayed at the same price, which obviously is not going to happen, but just for the sake of the scenario, Bert would get like a fat red candle on this chart. Doesn't mean Bert's price went down. It just means that this chart in relation to XRP is going to look different. So, but unfortunately, I don't really know why First Ledger does this. Obviously, if First Ledger's listening, hope you guys are maybe change that. This is the chart that First Ledger is actually using, and I think it is unfortunate because the USD chart is the one that is shown on Deck Screener first, and this is actually the chart where basically the entire what do you call it chart structure is being upheld right now for Bert. This is the one I'm going to focus on because this is the actual chart. This is Bert in relation to XRP. So if XRP, hypothetically, if XRP dumped right now and Bert stayed, so same thing's true but opposite. If XRP dumped and Bert stayed at this price, then Bert would get like a fat green candle here, but the price of Bert's the same. So I hope that makes sense. This is basically just the overall trend of Bert in relation to XRP. And then, funny enough, here's something really fascinating that I'm watching here. There might be some form of a squeeze, which would line exactly up with our price discovery move about to happen. And funny enough, I'll just kind of drag this a little bit here. This kind of move here, so funny enough, this might line up perfectly with what I had drawn just a little bit later. Funny enough, this 236 level has been one of our biggest zones of either support or resistance for Bert. So funny enough, and obviously below it's considered accumulation. So us back testing it and just kind of retesting this whole zone and then fighting against the 386 or whatever. And then this major trend line here, which is the all-time high of Bert in relation to XRP, like even today we tested it. We keep testing it. We keep rejecting. We keep holding above it, rejecting. Like this is just like a crazy battle zone for Bert. Like Bert is not stopping this battle against XRP to outperform XRP. But the moment we break out from this, because we're about to squeeze here really hard on in relation to XRP, if and when basically Bert does like a 2-3x or more from here, and if XRP does the same move, then Bert would actually hold at this level still. Now, if Bert does like a 3x before XRP does, which I'm expecting to happen, that's where you see a big candle on Bert start to come through here because Bert continues to outperform XRP essentially. So that's what we're kind of watching right now. This is that kind of move I've been expecting here for a while. And that's why I'm not like too focused on the XRP chart until we enter price discovery, because that would be basically us outperforming XRP and doing this move. So let me go back to the USD chart one more time. I don't know why it's not loading. Usually it loads pretty fast. Has it loaded? No. Hope it's not like some weird cookies thing or something, because the buys and sells are coming through. So I don't know what's going on here. Maybe, yeah, if I open a new tab, maybe. Trying to think here of why the candle wouldn't come through. I'm kind of just waiting. Let's see. Dang. Okay. Well, the candle's not loading. There's not really anything I can do about it off the top of my head. I keep refreshing the screen. This daily candle is really good. That's almost basically a hammer at this point, or a doji, which is pretty bullish already. So, I mean, I don't see the new candle yet. I don't know why it hasn't loaded, but this is looking good. I mean, if we have this looks like a good candle close. I'm expecting the blue to start crossing up around this level. This is the most critical level in terms of just like the next move. So it's funny how it's all happening right at the 20 level, which I've been calling as well. So we do have a cross up here. When we do, that would mark the bottom, and I would start calling for a pretty big pump to start just kind of happening. I think it'll be a snowball effect personally for Bert. If Bert and Army have very similar charts right now in relation to all the other top market caps, obviously it's not FUD to the other top market caps, but to me it is showing that people are buying Bert in mass from other chains, and people are buying Army in mass as well. So if you guys are watching that, watch the chart very closely, and we'll cover the next candle. There it is. There it is. Oh, here it is. Look at that. It took 9 minutes, 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes for the new candle. Look at that. I was about to end the show. All right. That's crazy timing. I was already about to end the show in a few seconds. All right, next candle just opened. Let's examine the stochastic RSI before. Okay, this is fascinating. Okay. Hmm. Okay, wow. Wow. Okay, a lot to unpack here. Okay, well, as I said, tomorrow is more or less going to be the one of the biggest candles, and that's kind of how it always works. Ultimately, as we continue to grow, every every candle is going to be the biggest next candle, right? So blue just crossed up above the orange, but the orange is now actually under the 20, which the blue was under the 20. So what does this mean? What are you telling me? What's going to happen from here? All right, couple things. Blue crossing up right now. We do need a confirmation still. We need a couple of them, but blue crossing up is insanely bullish. As I said, the last 24 hours, we had a really strong push. We had a really strong momentum, really good price action in relation to the entire XRP meme space, in relation to XRP. So this is very bullish, okay? First and foremost. It's happening literally on the 20 level. I mean, can't even make that up. It's like at like 18 or 19. So what needs to happen next for me to just be like, hey, this is the bottom? Like bottom, right? I could probably say, hey, tentatively, this is the bottom. I will say this, however, the moment that the orange, like tomorrow, let's just say we have a strong day tomorrow, we close maybe at 8 or 9 mil or something, right? It doesn't take that much to move the orange one back up here. Let's just say we continue the momentum that we have, which I'm expecting that to totally happen here. Basically, this orange would need to cross up again, just like the blue just did. And it could take another couple of days. That's fine. That's normal. Healthy in the chart. Orange needs to cross back up above the 20. And basically, this chart looks almost exactly the same as this move. Very similar. Only thing is the orange actually came down less on in relation to this one, which, to be completely honest, you want it to come as low as possible, because guess what? This type of move happens this type of momentum allows for like insane pumps to happen. And so technically we're like here right now on Bert, or here. So let me draw it in here one more time. We basically need the orange to cross up. So we're a little bit under this one, and then we're basically like down here right now. And if you look at price action after that on both of them, we had 2, 3, 4, 5 X's depending on what candles we're looking at here. I mean, you can see it for yourself if you don't believe me. And again, I'm just going off pure momentum, nothing else. Right here. So this candle was this zone here. And then this wick was this. So you just off pure momentum, if you bought here at 2 mil and here at 2.2 million, you would have looked like the best trader ever. If you sold, hold on, if you sold above here, which was 4.5 mil, 4.5, which is like a 2x. And then if you just held a little bit, as we confirmed again, you would have been able to sell at 7 mil or 11 million. So when we're talking about kind of disregarding the chart, if you will, and just buying based off momentum and crosses, we just had a cross. The only thing that could basically make it more bullish is if tomorrow we have a cross above, which I said, we start talking about candles again. We talk about closing above this line here, above like 7.2 mil or something. I mean, that's basically all it takes. We close above this little wick here. I could pretty confidently say the bottom's in. So I told you guys the handle will last for at least 3 to 4 days, maybe a little longer. We've already completed that. Obviously, it could drag out a bit. I can't really call how long the candle's gonna last. The handle on the cup and handle is gonna last specifically. I can't be that good in terms of just like the chart, but I can give you guys approximations, of course. Trying to think. Yeah, I never really saved any specific cup and handle charts. But yeah, I mean, I think we're very close to having the bottom in. If not, this was the bottom. So January 21st, 2025, calling the bottom here on Bert. Tentatively for this one, I do think the next 24 hours is like the final confirmation. And then, of course, I will never say the bottom is in 100% until the orange comes back above the 20 level, which we're barely below it, by the way. So if we do have a solid day tomorrow, just basically holding where we are now, I'm actually expecting the orange to basically go straight up from here, and the blue would just continue up. And that would basically mark the bottom, literally at the 20 level, which I've been calling for quite some time. So January 22nd here, that's what this candle is supposed to be. Let's run it up. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it tomorrow on Wednesday. Hump day, I believe. So let's lock in. The next leg up, I believe, is about to start. So if you guys are still fading Bert here, looks like we have 420 people in the live stream here at this time. Shout out to Bert flying high. Shout out to the Bert team. Shout out to Dank. Shout out to all the whales, all the amazing community members that have been showing up every day, everyone that liked and retweeted the show. Shout out to everyone in the spaces. I see Hamdad, Fresh, the Bert account, Cyber, Mart. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Romulius, probably, Justin, and of course, all the amazing people in the live stream as well. Much love, everyone. Don't forget to like and retweet. If you're bullish, I'm incredibly bullish on this chart, and I'm incredibly bullish on each one of you as well. Much love, you guys. I know the show went a little bit over here today. Floroma said 420. Let's fucking go. Again, if you guys are not in my alpha chat, I will give you guys some of these calls even earlier than my live streams every day. So if you're missing, I did talk a little bit about this move. And then, of course, I did call it before I made this post as well. So if you want the latest, even faster, up-to-date alpha, you're going to want to be in my alpha chat as well. And I am thinking about making it private after 333. We're getting up there. I think last I checked, we're at like 230, 250, somewhere around there. I haven't really been keeping up to date, but we're getting close. So if you want to be in there, I will just kind of give you guys some alpha. You are going to get a free NFT, by the way, if you are one of the first 333 members. I haven't been talking about it too much. And of course, if you're one of those recipients already in there, I haven't forgot about you. I'm just kind of waiting for the right time. And I want to do some like meme coin airdrops to you guys and stuff for free. So yeah, lock in, join the alpha chat. Going to make it private here soon as well. PFP at the Bert coin. Make sure you guys are following Bert the Bird. Today's show is powered by the Bert coin. All right, you guys. Well, it's that time again. I'll catch you guys all when I catch you. Same time, same place. Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. EST. The place to be here in Web3 in XRP. Much love, you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace, y'all.
is the word is Bert, 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 Bert. Bert does its own thing, haters getting Bert, Bert. Bert drops the golden nuggets, Bert, 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 Bert. 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 Bert, hi, it's Bert, Bert is the word is Bert, 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 Bert. 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 Bert, hurt.